Good evening, my name is Jeffrey Lashley. Today is September 28th, 2024, and this is for FTH 212 striker fired pistols. And this is the second week assignment. I'm going to go through, I think 5 or 6 different steps going over everything. And first thing I want to show you is I have the parts all laid out and in an exploded view. Everything is safe. There's no ammunition in my workspace. And we will go from there. I'll pick 6 parts here in a little bit and do the measurements and then talk about how they play a role in the cycle of operation. Alright, I've picked my 6 parts and I'm going to go through them rather quickly. The first one was a slide plate cover plate. The dimensions are 0.73 inches wide and it's 0.18 inches thick. It's plastic. Does not play a direct role in the cycle of operations. Next was the striker block. Striker block has roll in with the striker group firing and cocking. It is 0.49 inches long, 0.23 inches thick, and it is tapered down in the middle at 0.13 inches thick. Next is the striker. Striker is 2.18 inches long, 0.18 inches thick. It is tapered down, has a lot of different dimensions. Couldn't really get all of them. I could, but I don't have time. 0.43 inches thick at the head, and it is directly with the assembly, the striker assembly, firing and cocking. This one here is the extractor plunger. The extractor plunger is 1.72 inches long, 0.15 inches thick at the head. It is tapered down in the middle, and the body is 0.12 inches. And it is for the extraction process. Recoil spring, plunger and spring assembly, indirectly for feeding, chambering, and locking. 0.288 inches long, 0.22 inches wide, and 0.41 inches at the head. Did not measure the spring because the spring will be compressed. We will go over that later. Last one is the barrel. I did outer diameter was 0.57 inches. The inner diameter was 0.33 inches, and the breech block here has a lot of different dimensions and cutouts and everything like that, but it is 0.60, and it's like I said, it's square. And this is directly involved with unlocking, locking, chambering, and firing. Okay, that's the 6 items I have. I'm now going to assemble the pistol. Alright, so continuing on, the striker block is made of metal, and it is part of the striker group. So there's a lot of movement, a lot of wear that can happen on this. Force could break this item in the center. I would look, as a gunsmith, I would look out for, a lot of maybe chips or breaks or wear on this item. The next is the striker, which is going to be moving, back and forth on a spring, and the firing pin tip here could easily wear. So this moves and hits the actual primer and sets it off. So you got to be wary of that and always taking care of it. The plate cover, nothing really to worry about that other than it's plastic and it could break if you drop it, or there's continuous damage to it or something like that. The extractor plunger, so this plunger could wear, could break. It is durable, but over time it could break. So be on the lookout for that. Recoil spring assembly you know, the spring goes on the outside of this, and anything that has a lot of movement back and forth or pressure could warp or bend or break. But just investigate and look at this regularly to make sure that it's not damaged. The barrel, you would always want to inspect, you know, the breech and inspect the barrel to make sure that there's no fouling or there's no pitting or bulging or anything like that, and make sure that the outside is not damaged, and then any of the locking lug or anything like that is not broken or damaged. That has a direct roll in the bullet traveling directly down the barrel. All right, now I'm going to put it together. All right, so I want to discuss to add to the 6 pieces. I picked the striker. If I had to replace that, how long should it take for a gunsmith to change that? Once you're familiar with the assembly and disassembly of these type of weapons, that striker could be replaced in less than 15 minutes. Specialty tools, really just a screwdriver, a punch, hammer. There's nothing really specialty about any of it, but can be done relatively easy. Just follow the steps that are in the instructions of disassembly and reassembly. But I wanted to add that to this portion of it. So here is the pistol, and I will show that it is clear. So as you can see, there is no round in the chamber, and I will physically check it as well. I don't have any ammunition in my workspace. I do have snap caps that I have in the magazine that I'm going to run through for the cycle of operation and function check. So everything seems to be operating just fine. As I said, I have a magazine with some snap caps, dummy ammunition insert. Everything fits, seats, works properly. Whenever I pull the slide to the rear, it will feed a round into the chamber once it goes forward. So whenever it does that, it will strip the round off the magazine and seat it. And that is the feeding portion, and then the chambering portion by sliding it into the bore, and it locks. All it is seating straight, you know, face to face. There's no turning mechanisms or anything like that. The barrel does tilt, but it locks in that position. And then at this time, then you would fire. Okay, fired properly. And then whenever the gases, the pressure from the fired round would move the slide to the rear, ejecting, extracting first, then ejecting the round, and then it cocks, and then it is ready again. So it goes through that cycle over and over. So whenever you pull the trigger and I cock the slide and release it, holding the trigger and then let go, you hear a click. That's resetting the sear. And overall, that's the functions check of this pistol. This is very interesting putting together, and now I'm very familiar with it. I can't wait to take it apart and redo it.